Hello, everyone! Welcome! Once upon a time, in a cozy little house tucked deep in the snowy mountains, lived a young dragon named Dazzle. It was Christmas Eve, and snowflakes floated gently down, covering everything outside in a soft white blanket. Inside, Dazzle was warm and snug, sitting near the crackling fire stove. He could feel its warmth spreading through the room. Dazzle's family was all around. Dragon Mom was setting up a feast on the table, with dishes piled high with treats, while his two younger dragon siblings buzzed around, sneaking bites of sweets when Mom wasn't looking. Dazzle loved Christmas Eve. He loved the feeling of everyone being together, sharing stories and laughter. But this Christmas Eve felt different. You see, Dazzle had been hoping to receive a special gift. He had been dropping hints for weeks, hoping his family would surprise him with a flying lantern. He thought, imagine soaring through the night sky, lantern in claw, lighting up the whole world. As he glanced around the room, he saw a tall stack of presents under the tree, all wrapped in shiny paper and tied with colorful ribbons. Maybe, just maybe, one of those is my lantern, Dazzle thought, his eyes sparkling. After dinner, it was time to open presents. His younger siblings tore into their gifts, squealing with joy at each new toy or treat they uncovered. Finally, Dragon Mom handed Dazzle a present wrapped in green paper with a little tag that read, "To Dazzle with love." Dazzle's heart raced. "This has to be it," he whispered, his claws shaking as he carefully unwrapped the paper. But when he opened the box, inside he found a small, handmade notebook. Dazzle's excitement faded, replaced by confusion. A notebook? It wasn't the grand shiny lantern he had imagined. He tried to hide his disappointment as he looked up at Dragon Mom, but she noticed. "Dazzle," she said softly, "I know this might not be what you expected, but I made this notebook especially for you. Open it and see." Dazzle opened the notebook, and on the first page, he saw a message written in his mom's handwriting. "For all the things you'll see, do, and discover. Every great adventure starts with the smallest step," Dragon Mom continued. "And sometimes what you're looking for might not be what you truly need." Dazzle blinked, looking at his mom, and then back at the notebook. Maybe she was right. He thought about all the things he loved to do, drawing, exploring the mountains, and making up stories about far-off places. So, that night, instead of flying off with a lantern, he stayed inside, cozy by the fire. With a smile, he picked up his new notebook and started writing about the first adventure he'd like to have. He wrote about flying over the snowy mountains, discovering new lands, and meeting new friends. The next day, Dazzle shared his story with his family, and they laughed, cheered, and imagined they were right there with him. Over time, Dazzle filled that notebook with stories, drawings, and dreams. And every Christmas after that, he'd read his stories aloud, bringing joy to his family. Moral of the story: sometimes the best gifts aren't the ones we wish for, they're the ones that help us grow. And Dazzle learned that his imagination and his family's love could take him on journeys even a magical lantern never could. And that, dear listeners, was the story of Dazzle and his Christmas Eve surprise. So next time you're given something unexpected, remember? Maybe it's exactly what you need for an adventure. Let's wrap up our coloring process, but before we finish, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. Your support helps us continue creating more fun and colorful content for you. Don't forget to stay tuned for more exciting stories and coloring adventures coming your way soon.